Alrighty guys, we're back for some Wizard Tempo, and this is an Alchemy build, but don't worry guys, we still got plenty of standard decks to play in the upcoming week, but I will be playing Alchemy for this weekend, especially with the new Alchemy changes. Symmetry Sage and Spell Satchel got a little upgrade, and so I figured everyone was going to be playing warriors or maybe even elves, so I thought it would be fun to throw together a wizard deck. And yeah, this one looks like a ton of fun. For anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well. Additionally, guys, we do got that sub goal set all the way up at 1,000. So if you want to help us reach that goal, do consider subscribing because it is much appreciated, friends. Okay, so what do we got here in the deck? First of all, I kind of count tempo in the same category as aggro, as it's kind of like aggro and control. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. I kind of count it though. So yeah, 4 Symmetry Sages. It's a 1-drop 0/3 now with flying, and whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, target creature you control has base power 3 until the end of turn. So I think this is actually pretty darn good, guys. Most of the time, it's gonna be a 1-drop 3/3 that we can just start slamming into the opponent's face. Honestly, I think this is terrific now, but we'll see, right? That's what we'll be testing here, right? And the Spell Satchel change here, I think it's just for the remove 2 book counters, draw a card. I think that used to cost 3 mana. I think that's the only change for the Spell Satchel. We only got one of them in here though. We have 4 Considers, 4 Fading Hopes, 4 Otherworldly Gaze, and 2 Spell Pierce. Those are all of our 1-drops. We got 2 Jwari Disruptions, which I'm going to go ahead and drop over here in the mana base. We got 3 Essence Scatter. And this is cool because if we like plug counters into like the Symmetry Sage, whenever you make its base power 3, then you know it still gets those extra benefits from the counters, which is pretty sweet. You can have a pretty chunky flying creature in no time, right? And of course the 1 Spell Satchel. We got 4 Divide by Zeros. You guys remember this card? I kind of forget that it's over here in Alchemy, but yeah, so we do have the sideboard for Divide by Zero, Transformation, Environmental Sciences, Teachings. We have Expanded Anatomy, Introduction to Prophecy, Annihilation, and the Exhibition as well. Okay, and we have 4 Futurist Spellthiefs. This is a new Kamigawa alchemy card. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll go over it briefly here. We got a 3-drop 3/2 with flash, and whenever it enters the battlefield, conjure a duplicate of target spell into your hand. That card perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast this spell. So that's pretty sick, right? So whenever it says like duplicate of target spell, I believe that it means it only like a spell card that's on the stack essentially. So there's some pretty cool things. If you don't want to duplicate your opponent's cards, for example, like if on turn 4, you could totally play a Symmetry Sage, flash down the Spellthief, and copy the Symmetry Sage. And I don't know, like that's like maybe not the most preferable thing you can do, but like it's something you can do if you want a bunch of Symmetry Sages flying in every turn, right? So yeah, this is a pretty cool card. Got Rimewall Protector. So every creature in the deck is in fact a wizard, so when it hits the board, all of them get ward 2, and all of them in our hand also get ward. Oh, ward 1, my apologies guys. Either way, that makes it much harder for the opponent to just spot remove everything, right? We got 2 Behold the Multiverse, and we have 4 Demilich. I don't know if that's a little excessive, but I really wanted to play with this card. I really wanted to see the card actually today. So yeah, we have 4 of them. We'll see how it actually goes. We also have 2 Seagate Restorations on the top end here, which I'm going to move into the mana base as well. Speaking of mana, we got Soaring City and 2 Hall of the Storm Giants, which is going to be very hard to ever actually turn into a creature. That being said, you never know, right? So we got 2 of them. Guys, I think this is going to be a super fun deck. There were so many options I could have thrown in here, right? Like we don't have the March. There's a few other like creatures we could have had. But overall, I think this is going to be a pretty fun version of it. So let's go ahead and hop into some normal play mode and see how it goes. right into the first match, guys. Hopefully I went over the deck well enough there. I always find it a lot more... Whoa, is this a new... I have not seen this board yet. This looks sick. How come I haven't seen this? Maybe it's new. I have no idea. Okay, good hand. I like it. Let's go. Yeah, anyways, hopefully I went over the deck well enough. I feel like sometimes I don't go over it well enough when it's not an aggro deck. I feel like... Because I'm an aggro player, I feel like those are always the easier decks to go over. Like, yep, like we slam creatures here. We attack face when possible, you know? We're gonna go right into the Symmetry Sage here. And like I said, I think this card's just insane now. Because look at that, like turn 2 we'll have a 3/3 flyer if we go for like the Consider route, but we might just, I think, yeah, Consider route is fine depending on what they have, because we could keep the Spell Pierce open. So we'll see. I didn't get a lot of time this week to actually play, and so I have all 3 of my quests ready to go. Ready to get that gold, right? A lot of cool things. I saw that we can choose like a pet based on the deck now, which I feel like that's a pretty good change. I feel like that should have been a thing already, right? But yeah, so we got our little blue dragon for this deck. I don't know where the opponent went, but this is a good enough hand to... Oh, okay. They end up passing. Sure. Another Symmetry Sage. So I'm going to consider and swing. See what we draw here, and potentially keep the Spell Pierce open. I'm going to keep that on top. Another land doesn't hurt anything. Let's swing first. Okay, nothing's stuck, so I'm just gonna go Symmetry Sage. If they really wanted to drop like some kind of like, I don't know, like an Infernal Grasp or something on a Symmetry Sage, then go for it, right? When really we want to keep that Spell Pierce for a potential Meat Hook or something later on down the line. I wasn't paying attention. Did the opponent pass their turn last time, or did their timer run down? Too busy talking. Maybe their timer went down. Oh no, guys, our first match. I'm keeping it though. I'm keeping it because we got a really good hand, and that's part of showcasing decks, right? Sometimes you just draw so poorly and it's like, ah, crap. It looks like I barely put a deck together over here. But no, this was a good hand. So even though the opponent might have like crashed or something like that, which is honestly probably likely, right? Whenever the opponent actually... Oh, it actually passed back to me. I can't tell. Oh no, they didn't play a land, so... Alright, well, this is awkward. Well, I'm gonna play it out. Otherworldly Gaze is a pretty sick one to draw there. Rimewall Protector. We'll send these and keep the Rimwall. I think that's fine. Swing. Poor opponent. I bet their game froze. Get the Essence Capture open and the Spell Pierce open. I'm actually shocked that, like, I thought it auto concedes after the second time that the timer runs down, but I guess not. I guess it keeps them going. Few things here. We could have kept land on top to keep Spell Pierce and the Futurist Spellthief open, and there's so many cool things with that, right? Because if the opponent did lay something that we could Spell Pierce, we could drop the Spell Pierce, then the Futurist Spellthief, either copy whatever they played or copy the Spell Pierce back to the hand to have it available. So that's pretty sick, right? Then of course the Rimewall Protector, if we just slam that onto the board, all of these get ward. The Spellthief in our hand would get ward too. Just a lot of cool things there, right? Well, GG opponent. GG. You guys can see up here, I actually did have a test match. It was up against ninjas, so... I mean, you know, 100% win rate so far, even though that match didn't really count. The test match against ninjas was a really fun one. Sometimes I regret having test matches because it's like, I could have recorded that or something, you know? But it is what it is. Now for Alchemy, it does take a little extra time to get into the matches. So today, you guys might see these sections edited out. We'll see. All right, let's see it. Decent hand. I don't hate it. We're keeping it. I'm telling you guys, Symmetry Sage just seems really good right now. I don't know, man. I really like the alchemy buffs to it. It's got to find its home though, right? Because you'd think it would just be better in a Magecraft build, but my first thought was blue tempo. First found which could be a problem. It's probably right into Otherworldly Gaze next turn to get that swing in the air, right? Depends what we draw though. If it's like an essence capture, then obviously we keep the 2 open because I think that's more valuable than a swing. Well, it depends what they're playing though. Definitely. If they just drop another black source and we think it's mono black, then it's probably better to swing. Okay, Bloodcaster. They might block here. I doubt it, but like, let's see. I'm gonna do it. I want that extra 3. And what do we send in? We don't need land. The Fading Hope's not terrible, but we do have a divide. The Behold the Multiverse isn't terrible either. I think it's gonna be... keep the Fading Hope on top. Send the land and the Behold. I think, I don't know. Yeah, the Fading Hope might come in handy. Okay, Skullport. Get that treasure. Honestly, the Rimewall doesn't seem bad here. Next turn we do have the Futurist Spellthief. It's no swing, so it's no damage. But yeah, Rimwall doesn't seem terrible. Because it can block on the ground at least. And getting that ward on all of these wizards seems pretty good. Look at that. Already had to spend some extra mana. Rocking the Hero's Downfall. We will block in the sky and take 2. Look at that. That extra buff coming in handy, huh? Right, so second Fading Hope. Oh man, so many options. I think Fading Hope could be really annoying for the opponent. We could Fading Hope the Bloodcaster. You don't want to do the Merchant here. Then we can flash this down, copy the Fading Hope. We just have like so much that just keeps bouncing him back, and then we can keep getting this through. I think that's completely acceptable here, guys. I really do. Yep, get that buff, but let's go ahead and just do this now since they only have the 1 treasure open. Copy the Fading Hope. This is pretty fun. Send that to the bottom. We don't really need too much more land here. Yeah, I don't know. Like Spellthief could take a lot that the opponent has. Like we could have copied the Bloodcaster, for example. But I think Fading Hope I just feel like it's going to be better. What do you guys think? Like having all of this available to us. Okay, I wonder what they ended up getting there. That, like, Cursebound has a huge list of things that could be annoying. We'll see, though. Okay, they go for the Blood Vial. The Blood Token. Divide by 0 on our turn isn't bad, so we gotta land anyways, huh? Okay. Honestly, environmental sciences to thin our deck might not be too bad, but if we do grab sciences, we might just keep it for next turn. The merchant blocks the Spellthief, which is a little bit annoying. The extra damage would be good, but alright, let's do this. Let's do this. We get that swing in the air. And we're gonna, I don't know, man, because like they have extra cards. The teachings could be really good here too. Honestly, teachings is probably better than the sciences. And we have the Fading Hope open then. We Fading Hope this, they get extra treasure, but we do get 6 through. I don't know about giving them that extra treasure. Yeah, not this time. I'd rather them like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because if they blood on the snow, they could always just bring the Skullport back from the grave anyways. And so at that point, I think we save... Right, so I think we save the Symmetry Mage here. Is fine. Sure. We'll target you. Okay, they go on for removal anyways? No? Okay, send the land. That is excessive. It's an excessive amount of land. Should I just Fading Hope the the Spellthief too? Honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'll do it. Just for the sake of like flexing all the Fading Hopes. Okay, Lich, nice. Too bad we didn't like have those Fading Hopes drop down when we could cast a Lich, but that's okay. So, what do you guys think? Symmetry Sage, Spellthief, Symmetry Sage. Right? Let's do it. That sounds like fun. That's cool, man. I love it. Hey, all that mana, all that extra mana that we've drawn is actually helping out. Just hope they don't get a second meat hook, which famous last words right there, guys. The meat hooks like to get thrown into your hand when you're playing with them, so I wouldn't doubt it. Ooh, Brushstroke. Could still be meat hook for 3. It is not, though. Man, that is a lot of cards, though, isn't it? And I thought the Archaics was going to come in handy, but then they end up dishing everything onto the board so easily, huh? Eaten alive? How dare. Bro, there is so much happening for the opponent right now. It's terrifying. Alright, we gotta consider. They only have 1 card in hand now, so we have to play the Archaics last if we wanted to do that. So let's start with the consider, right? Because Adamelich gets cheaper. What a match, guys. What a match. Yeah, send that to the grave, I guess. Honestly, though, wait, hold on. If we do... No, yeah, we wouldn't have enough mana. Yeah, I'm sending that to the grave. See what we draw here. Fading Hope. Okay, Blood Artist could go back to hand. I'd have to at least cast it back out. So that could be good. And what that lets us do is play Teachings then this turn. Maybe they'll block with the Bloodcaster. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce the Blood Artist. Well, there's like so many options, guys. I don't know where to start. I really don't. So Blood Artist is gonna get bounced. We'll give you the 3 this time. So Symmetry Sage on top. This time I'm gonna toss it to the bottom, and actually, it's not bad, but I don't know what I'm searching for really. I really don't. I'm gonna go for the Teachings. Is that my timer? Oh, my timer's running down. I'm sorry, opponent. Oh no, if I would have kept that land, we could have played Demilich for 1. Oh no. Oh no, guys. That was a little bit of a misplay. That's one of those things that if you play this deck a lot, you'd get used to, and you would start to know, you know? Okay, a few things happening here. There's a reason we sent that Blood Artist to their hand. Yeah, Demilich for super cheap would have been sick. Aw, man. Watch us, like, really need that out there. I mean, think about it. Whenever Demilich attacks... Oop, they dropped the oops. Yeah, yep, Blood Artist first. That's all good, opponent. That's a really easy thing to do, honestly. Okay, Spell Pierce. See if we can get these Demiliches real cheap here. Okay, so I don't like any of these. Let's send them all. And I guess we keep the Spell Pierce open then. So Demilich comes down. There is so much going on, and I love it. This is a game of magic right here, guys. It's a little bit scary going up against a tried and true control deck like Mono Black, especially when it's rocking like the Blood Artist and stuff. But I personally feel like this is anyone's game. I mean, there's a reason we didn't just, you know, concede or anything. Yeah, that Spell Pierce being open is actually insane here. Oh, except for the fact they... No, I doubt they get that extra treasure. We see what they draw here first. But it might just be 7 for the Mascot, and then Spell Pierce is really just juicy. We'll see, though. Blood on the Snow. They don't have extra mana. It's gotta be the Spell Pierce. Would have been nice to save that for the exhibition, but... Oh, GG opponent. What? That was enough to do it. I mean, next turn we were gonna start casting stuff. From the grave, which we had like a Behold the Multiverse earlier. Not a whole lot else. The Divide by 0, though. And then we had the other Demilich in hand. Let's go, guys. That was a fun one. See if we can get right into the next match, though. Still 100% win rate, technically, so that's cool. Ooh, got a quest done. One of the cards I really want to see while showcasing the deck is actually that Spell Satchel. Maybe I should have put more in the deck. I couldn't warrant it, right? Because it's an artifact, so it doesn't do a whole lot else other than sit out there and maybe draw us cards eventually. And it's a mana rock too, I guess, so it ramps us. But in a deck that doesn't necessarily need that colorless ramp, I just, you know, I couldn't fit any more in. Hopefully we see it, though. Okay, well, this is one of the worst hands of the evening, but it's not terrible, so we keep it. Especially when we have plenty of ways to draw what we want. Oh my goodness, please don't be goblins. The other day, we got destroyed by goblins. Let's start with the Consider. So that way we just draw extra cards for next turn. Okay. Then again, since it's so early on, I think Otherworldly Gaze might actually be better. Because we aren't going to be able to play too much here. Okay, Spell Pierce might do something against them. I'm going to send the other 2 to the grave and actually get that Spell Pierce to hand. Keep the Jwari open. End turn. And obviously Essence Capture's open and Spell Pierce as well. But it's probably Jwari if they're curving out, you know? But they might be playing around it, right? As we always do as well. Okay, swing for 2. Okie dokie, so no equipment or anything, so the Spell Pierce probably won't happen this turn. Okay, they end up passing, so it's going to be the Consider. So that did stick. I don't mind Rimwall. It's a good blocker. Don't mind that at all. Alright, yeah, we'll draw that and see what we draw on our turn. Another land. Would it be wise to keep these open and just wait? Would it be wise? Or do we just get the blocker down this turn? Have 3 cards in hand. I think I'm going to pass. I think I got to be a little bit patient here. We have the Spellthief to flash in if we really want to. Like, there's just a lot of stuff open, so it just doesn't have to be... Okay, it's just a swing with those 2, which is completely fine. We can take the 2 here. Fourth mana. A Selfless Samurai. I wouldn't mind having that in my hand, honestly. I don't mind it being on their board either, I don't think. Yeah. I'll copy that because next turn we can actually play that and still have the Essence Capture and the Jwari and the Spell Pierce open. It's an extra blocker that we just don't mind trading into a Fireblade Charger. Oh, Fateful Absence. Wow. Okay. Right. So, oh, Divide by Zero is a good draw too. So, something to note. Well, no. Yeah, that was fine. It's the same concept. We get that Samurai down. And then we keep our counter spells open, and now we have a little blocker, and then also we have the Clue open too. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's pretty cool. I like this card. The Spellthief gives us a lot of options. So many options. It hurts my brain a little bit, honestly. It's like a deck that you have to practice with or something. You know what I mean? To get it just right. Rip Apart. Do we want that to cost 4? I'll tell you what, guys. If they spend all their mana just to rip the Selfless Samurai, that's not bad. That's just not bad at all. 4 coming in. Well, we gotta start to do something here. Another Spell Pierce. I guess we'll get that blocker down now, because now we have the Spell Pierce open again, and it'll be like the same concept, right? If they have a Rip Apart, which doesn't actually hit the Rimewall Protector, which is cool, but if they have a Fateful Absence, then we have the Spell Pierce open. And Jwari's probably getting to the point where it's going to be a no-go, and so some extra mana to be able to do like a Divide by Zero and a Essence Capture in one turn. You guys know what I mean? Like, I think the Jwari Ruins comes down here. Still got the Spell Pierce open. Oh, nice, nice. That's tough, man. That's tough. I'm going to say no blocks this time round, because obviously the Protector's holding back the other 2 from swinging. They do gain some life here, though. We're kind of on the run. We're looking for something to do that's more than just barely surviving, right? So we have everything open. It's not going to be a swing here. No attacks. End turn. Everything's open. Okay, so that is a worthwhile Essence Capture, isn't it? Yeah, that gets rid of, that taps down our one and only blocker, and then the counter on Rimwall gets past the charger now, which is really cool. But even better, we still have the Divide by Zero open. And so, nice. So we're going to, wait, what do we want to hit here? Maybe it's just the clue and the gaze. We'll start with the gaze. Yeah, I was gonna say divide something by 0, but I don't know about that. Activate the clue. Another land, wow. A-Demilich, okay. So we have 7 mana, so whenever we want to get the mascot going, we can. Demilich is open this turn. Regardless, like we can just play this and still have divide open, which is insane. That makes it cost 3. We can Otherworldly Gaze this turn. I think we just wait. I think we play the Demilich for 4, don't get greedy with it, right? We have Spell Pierce open, Divide by 0 open, and the Otherworldly Gaze. Lots to do here. So, no swings. You never know what a Boros deck can pull, right? With haste and stuff. End turn. I'm at the edge of my seat right now. This is a great match, a fun match. Okay, so Spell Pierce doesn't hit it. We can divide by 0 our own card, but then we don't actually. I think that's just fine. We just let this happen, right? Resolve. Because Demilich can be recast from the grave. So, wish it had flash. Oh, that would be insane, though. So no swings, huh? All right, so this time round we do the divide by 0 onto the charger because they can't recast it. The battery just hits the board and they'll have to pay mana to re-equip it. And then at this point, it's probably just exhibition. Like we have 7 mana, so getting extra creatures is fine by me, right? Few other options there, though, I suppose, right? Expanded Anatomy to buff our 1 card. Ooh, another divide. Well, we might even be able to start swinging here. We might. It might be a little greedy, too, though. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to. Gonna start swinging on in. Could be Demilich from the grave, but I think it's just, yeah, it's got to be exhibition. Because we know it's in their hand. We know what's going on here. This is plenty of blockers to have. And then next turn we can worry about getting Demilich from the grave. Oh, nice draw. Very nice. Yeah, getting a draft off of this could be really good. Yep. And that is that's a block, man. Like, that's the 3-2 block. Like, no, probably, well, flyer could be good. Lots of stuff to consider here. Right? Because the 4-4 makes it so that way they plug the 2 into the 4-4. The 3-2 makes it so that way they get rid of the flyer as well. Or the flyer, and then, yeah, same thing. Okay, I think we block. We block. They might just ping face, but I think they got to take out that 4-4. Yeah. Well, they're back up to 22 after all that. Man, are we going to be able to hold out here? Alright, we're going to start with the Otherworldly Gaze. Essence Capture would be really good in my hand right about now. So I'll send this and I'll send this, because we can always recast Lich at a later date. We have the Divide by Zero open for their turn, which we might just want to bounce the Blade Master now. We can always give it haste with the battery. There are way too many decisions right now. Let's start with the Lich, or start with attacking. I don't even know. I don't even know. Let's not attack this turn. Get the Lich down. We can play both of them, but I don't want to lose too much value from the grave here. Oh yeah, we only have 3 left. It's gonna look like that, and then we'll have the Divide open. Tough decisions, guys. Very tough decisions. I think we want to stop before combat, right? Send the Blade Master up. Okay, so they got the Charger. So Rabbit Battery onto Charger means that we can, since they don't have another red source here, could also just hit the Charger, but we're gonna bounce the Blade Master. They might have another Fateful Absence open. This time round, they do have 3 cards in hand, so the Teachings is actually pretty good, isn't it? A lot of options, because the introduction isn't terrible, necessarily. I think it's Teachings. Draw more cards. And, honestly, we, have great blockers right now, so... Okay, it gets passed to us. Okay. The Essence Capture makes it so that way our Teachings doesn't do anything. That's embarrassing, isn't it? These are pretty good swings, though. So let's start with these swings. This is a full swing. Like, I'm getting super greedy with it here, because we're getting the Mascot Exhibition from the grave for free. Could have been a Divide by Zero as well. Very cool, very cool. We have the Spell Pierce open. When I said for free, obviously we paid the mana. Okay, kill the Lich. Rabbit Battery. Okay, so Rabbit Battery can plug into the Blade Master, but we have so much value. Bro, I don't know where this is going. This is anyone's game. Okay, what are you? Tax alone for each... Oh, okay. Okay. I like that. Oh, they're swinging, too. They're tapped out. So... That lifelink is brutal, isn't it? We have to block here. I don't know if there's much question about that. Like, going down to 2 isn't acceptable. Selfless Samurai finally going to go bye-bye. Okay. So the Selfless Samurai is gone, so that's good news. Yeah, the capture and the Spell Pierce kind of holding us back from playing the Teachings. This is rough, man. This is a tough match. We could just full swing and hope, but I don't think that's the play. Let's see what we draw off the clue. Consider's pretty good. Fading Hope is really good. I think the Fading Hope comes down now on the captain, make them spend that mana again, right? And then we can Teachings effectively, and we have the Essence Capture. Oh, good game, opponent. Good game. Look, we got a Lich in the hand. Check it out. A 1 mana Lich. I mean, look at all of them. That's insane. Although the ones from the grave would have cost a lot. Yeah, GG opponent. Wow, I was not sure what was going to happen there, honestly. Let's go check out the deck, guys. That match took a while. It was probably pretty annoying for the opponent, honestly. Whoop. What just happened? Oh, those were like daily wins or something. Wizard, tempo, let's go. It did a thing, guys. Technically 100% win rate. The first match, the person wasn't there, but that's okay. The very first match was just a test match, which was against ninjas, which was awesome. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get the test match on recording. This deck was pretty good, guys. Symmetry Sage was pretty darn good. Ach was pretty darn good. Futurist Spellthief is a really cool card. I don't know if it's pretty darn good, but it seems pretty darn good, right? When you can do things like keep the flash open and then have the divide by zero open or the essence captures open. There's just a lot of power packed into the deck. And in that last match, we actually got to see Rimewall Protector come in handy there, which was awesome, guys. Yeah, I really liked this one. This was a lot of fun. Guys, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you. And I will see you in the next one.